Hello! So today we're going to talk about how you always stay relevant in the business, how you always keep enrolling customers, keep enrolling distributors, and keep making money with this business. So one of the first questions that I had when I joined is, well, what happens after I already talked to every single person I know? How do I keep growing my business at that point? Because what if I run out of people to talk to? And so that is where growing your market comes in, adding to your network, okay? So how do we grow our market? This is through social media, and I use Facebook and Instagram. And so there are so many different ways to grow your market, and there's billions of people on social media. So I'm gonna give you a couple of my favorite tips. So one of my favorite tips about how I add to my network and grow my following on Facebook and Instagram is using sponsored ads. So if you're scrolling through your newsfeed, you'll see different sponsored ads pop up. Essentially, let's say you have, so for me, I always get Carter's brand. So Carter's is a brand of baby clothes, and it always pops up on my newsfeed because I probably searched it before. They see I have kids, whatever. But how did they know? Well, somehow they knew that I'm a mom of 2 kids, that I have bought baby clothes there before, and so they keep popping up on my ad. But Carter's is paying Facebook to find people like me, right? And so I'm gonna go to the people who are liking that Carter's post because I know that Carter's targeted them for a reason as well. And they paid Facebook to target that person because they're probably similar to me in some way. And you don't wanna add people to your network that don't really have anything in common with you, that you can't really connect with, because this business is all about building connections. So for me, I didn't wanna add people to my network that were all into hunting and fishing because I don't know anything about hunting and fishing, and we couldn't have a real conversation about that. So that would be a little bit hard. So I add people who are moms, who love fitness, who like to do adventurous things, who are into sports, whose husbands are basketball coaches. Really, who are you? Do you like self-development? Do you like personal growth? What is it about you that makes you a little bit different from anybody else? And what are your interests? And so when you really fine tune those things, you're going to find people who have similar lives to you, a similar life to you, and you're going to be able to add them to your network and grow and make sure that you're finding people who you're going to have a genuine, authentic connection with. So I've added people from moms groups. I've even gone to old popular guys in high school and college, and they always have like a mass amount of girls that are friends with them. And so I go to their page and add from their network. One thing you don't want to do is make sure you don't add from the suggested friends list on Facebook, because typically that can be a lot of other distributors, which you don't need those people in your network because they're not helping make you money because they're already distributors. We're looking for people who aren't already distributors. So there's billions of people. There's always going to be billions of dollars to be made, and this is how you keep growing your network. Another thing that you can do to grow your network is go search hashtags. You can go add on Instagram. So when I add on Instagram, I either go to those sponsored ads or I go to the explore page and I find people who have similar interests to me. Maybe it's a mom blogger. So let's say they have 25,000 likes on their post. I'm gonna go to the people who liked that post. I go to some of my favorite celebrities. I go to my favorite stores, search locations. I search brands. I search like Sephora, like the local Sephora. You can search in Facebook, you can search like your college major group. You could find a dog, like let's say you have a German Shepherd and you want to go to German Shepherd dog moms or some type of group. I'm sure it's out there on Facebook. Anything that you really want to, you can find it on Facebook or Instagram. Search the hashtag, search people who have similar, values, morals, whatever it is to you. That can definitely be something that you're going to connect over. And so I go and I add people. I don't add people that are following them. I add people who actually like that post, because then I know they've been active within the last, 1 day since that post was made. So I go and I like, and basically I do it as like Tinder for friends. So based on their profile picture, do not try to click their profile and scroll through the whole thing, but based on their profile picture, would you want to be friends with them? So for me, if somebody's holding like a Confederate flag or they have a bald eagle as their profile picture, I'm probably not going to add them. But somebody who has like a picture with their family or their friends, or they have a cute selfie, I'm probably going to add them. And so I'll just go down the list. I add about 100 to 200 people on Instagram and about 25 to 50 people on Facebook a day. And some people accept you back and some don't, and that's okay. Your job is simply to connect with most people, and social media is the easiest way to do that, because then they're gonna see your page, they're gonna know that you exist, they're gonna say, oh my gosh, I love this girl, oh, she has 2 kids like me, she has a boy and a girl, or whatever, or her kids are mixed, or whatever in common that they have. You wanna just show them your life, and they're gonna connect to you through that. People follow you because they want to know what you're doing, right? So when you follow them, my biggest tip is when they accept your request, or if they're public, you can do this right away, but if they're private, once they accept your request, go like, comment. Comment. So you're going to make sure that you're interacting with them, and if you start liking their stuff, they're going to start liking your stuff back. It's just kind of one of those mutual love type things, and so you're going to make sure that you're kind of supporting them and they're supporting you, and then they're going to keep seeing all of your posts. So adding to your network is super crucial. You don't want to run out of people to talk to, and this is how you avoid doing all of that.
You guys, I'm so excited to tell you how I grow my market and explain it for you guys. So I go on Facebook, I will find a sponsored ad. So if you just start scrolling on your news feed, you will see some of those advertisements of companies that are trying to sell whatever it is that they're selling, t-shirts, jewelry, whatever it is. It'll say sponsored at the top. And so what I do is I find a sponsored ad that has a lot of people that have liked it, commented on it, and I click on the people that have liked it, and I go through the list of people that have liked it or hearted it or whatever reaction to it, and I'll just hit add friend. My goal every day, you guys, is to add 50 to 100 people on Facebook, and then I follow over 100 people every day on Instagram. So you can also search your favorite store, your favorite, anything that's trending, your favorite hobby. I'm a nurse, and so I'll search a lot of scrub brands, hospitals, nursing pages. If you're a mom, search, children's stores, search baby boutiques. Whoever you want to target and bring into your market, you guys, search those things that people are going to be liking the pages of, and add friends from those groups and from those pictures that have a lot of likes on them. Something else that I do in the morning time is usually when I grow my market, I'll just be laying in bed. I'll set a timer for like 10 minutes and I'll just add as many friends as I can. As long as you're doing this daily, you guys, you're going to expand your market, and you are going to have so many potentials that come into your business because you're constantly adding new people and new friends that are going to be seeing your content, and you're going to be able to have established new relationships with all of these new friends that you're adding. So I'm just going to show you really quickly what I mean by growing your market this way. So on Facebook, this is Target. This Target post has a ton of likes on it. There's like 566 likes. So I'm going to click on the people that liked it, and I'm just going to go down this list, and I really just look at their profile picture, and I'm adding women that look like normal people I could be friends with. If they have a profile picture, I'm going to hit add friend. And so like I said, you guys, I do 100 Facebook friend requests every day. Sometimes you'll get that message that pops up like, do you know this person? Just hit confirm. Some people's privacy settings are set up to where you can't add them if you don't have mutual friends. That's okay. Just keep on going down through the list and keep adding friends. And so something else that I do sometimes, you guys, is I will get a new friend and I will go to their friends list and I will add a couple people from their friends list. Or people that maybe have told me no in the business after I've talked to them. I'll go to their friends list and add some of their friends. That's just another way to, grow on different groups of people, is, finding friends lists that have a lot of people in it. Some people keep their friend list private, but if you can find someone who has friends that are like public friends lists, go through there and add friends to new people. So that's how I grow my market, you guys.
Hello everyone. My name is Gabby, and I am a diamond leader with the company, and I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit about how I add to my network every single day. So if I can spend any time doing anything, first it's messaging, and second, and probably one of the most important things to do with this business, is to be adding to your network. And the reason being is because you can post all day long, you can put up polls all day long, but if the same people are just seeing your stuff, you're never going to expand the amount of people that are actually seeing your story, following your journey, and all that other stuff. So how I like to kind of expand my network, I have lived in Instagram ever since I joined this business. And the reason being, you can add any and all people, and it's not as intimate as Facebook. And so that's where I started. And that's where a lot of people start when they're starting to grow their business. And so you have to be, instead of adding all and any, you have to be kind of selective and have that mutual liking of certain things, and somebody that you would want to be friends with, because at the end of the day, you're going to be having a conversation with these people, hopefully, after you start like following them and being their friend and liking their stuff and interacting with their posts. And so how I find people that have similar interests as me on Instagram is I go to mutual friends first. So people that I have known in high school, people that I knew in college, people that I've met in the city, and I go through their friends list and I just look at those little profile pictures, see if it's somebody that I could see myself like going to coffee with, or just wanting to be their friend and somebody that I would want to follow them as well. And I just go through it and I just follow a bunch of people. You can probably follow 100 people in about 10 minutes. And so mutual friends first, because they're going to see that you have a mutual connection with them. It's like, oh, Gabby's friends with Kelsey. I love Kelsey, or I know Kelsey. Obviously, there's some reason why Gabby wanted to add me, so I'm just going to add her. Another way that I add on Instagram is I go to the search bar. If you're like in your Explore page and you go to the search bar at the top, and there are like sections at the top, and it's like groups, people, places, or whatever. So I go to places, and you can actually just like click on the area that you're in, and it'll pop up with like a ton of pictures that are taken within that area that people are like tagging where they're at within a certain square mileage or whatever. And so those are local people. Those are people like, oh yeah, she lives in Munster. Oh yeah, she lives in Chicago. Oh yeah, she lives in Michigan, Canada, whatever. And so you already have something in common with them. They're like, oh, she's a local. That's huge. Also pictures that kind of catch your eye, because if you like a picture and somebody else is liking the same picture, you guys have a mutual thing in common. Even though it's really small, it doesn't really matter. So that's how I add on Instagram. And then how I add on Facebook is a very, very similar. And I'm going to show you guys actually how to do that. So basically what I do, sorry guys, is I just type in women on keto, because I'm looking for LCs at this point. And so there are tons and tons of groups here with people that are looking to jumpstart their keto journey. And so I will just join all of these. Sometimes they will give you these little questionnaires where you can just fill those out. And so you fill them out. They're super easy. Most of these, since they are weight loss or keto or whatever, like women on keto, I just got, like, sent that request, and then you'll be added. And then I just go to those groups and I will just add all of those people in there. I kid you not, 10 minutes adding 100 people to your network it's like no time. And it's so important because you need those new eyes on your page. All right, that's it. That's all that I have. Thanks for listening,
Hi, you guys. I'm super excited to talk about how I add to my network. So I love starting out with Facebook just because it's super simple, because you literally can just hop on, log on to Facebook, and I'm sure you guys are familiar with those sponsored ads that come up. And so whenever I see a sponsored ad, whether it's for a t-shirt, whether it's for, just anything, hair ties, vacuums, anything, the sponsors ad that always comes up. I always go to the people who like it or comment on it. I love just typing in like weight loss in my search bar and find a company that's looking, that's promoting a weight loss product. And then I go and look at the people that like and commented on that, because that means that they're interested in starting their health and wellness journey. And that just means that that's another way I could add to my market. So what I do is I just click on it, the people who have liked it or the people that have commented on it, and I'll just add them. especially if I think, oh my God, I would so be friends with this girl. I love adding people like that I think I connect with. I try to add anywhere from 30 to 50 people a day on Facebook, like 30 at minimum. Like I do not go to bed unless I've at least added 30. And then on Instagram, I love adding on Instagram because it literally takes 5 minutes to follow like 200 people. So what I love doing on Instagram is just going to the location or the places tab. When you go to the search bar on Instagram, you go to the places tab and look for people who may be like local, right? And so you start adding by that first. Another thing that I love doing is like going to like my favorite boutique, or even like just finding things that I love, right? So like I'm obsessed with JLo. I could talk about her all day. So I literally would go to JLo's Instagram, go to her most recent picture, and literally click on every single person who's liked it, and then follow them. And that means that we have something in common. We both love JLo, right? So it doesn't necessarily have to be all that hard. You just find things that you have in common with people and add them. Another trick that I love doing is looking at the people, like the guys that I went to high school with, that like went away to college or something, and going to who they're following and adding all the girls that like they know, because not only are we mutual friends, but they're like girls that are around my age that I can have a conversation with, even if it's commenting on their pictures and being like, oh my God, girl, I love her shirt, just creating that relationship. Anyway, that's another way I add to my network. Another thing that I love doing is going back and looking at who I've had conversations with. And so what I'll just do is be like, okay, this girl wasn't that interested in the business, we talked about it, but let me go click on her profile and look at her friends and add some of her friends. Because, if I was able to have a good conversation with this girl, chances are she has friends that are pretty cool and will have a good conversation with me too, and maybe more interested in the business than she was. And so that's another way I add. But yeah.
Hi everyone, you guys just heard from some of our top leaders, and I just want to recap some of the things that they touched on and remind you why it's important to add to your network daily. So one of the tips that they did talk about was following people from your Instagram places. So if you look in your top and you go to places, and if you're in a certain location, you can add from some of them. Another tip was adding from your old high school friends. So if there was a popular boy in school, adding some of those girls that are friends with them. Another tip that they talked about is adding from a group that you're in on Facebook, or joining a group to find some friends that you have mutual things in common with. The next thing is use the search button, not only on Instagram but on Facebook, and search some things that you have in common with. Maybe if it's a dog that you love and you want to find mutual dog lovers, or if it's a weight loss company, because you definitely know that there are people going to be on there that are looking to not only lose weight but get healthy. Let's see, a couple other things that they did touch on was adding from some boutiques, adding from a famous person. So if you idol somebody, Jennifer Lopez, Beyonce, go add some of those people that are on their fan page, because that is something that you have in common with. So the main goal in all of these tips that they did talk about is having something in common with the person that you're adding. It doesn't necessarily mean that they're gonna add you back, but if they do, that you have something in common with. And the number one thing that they did talk about is adding from sponsored ads, you guys. Facebook and Instagram are very smart. So if you've searched something in Google, if you've even talked about it on the phone, Facebook and Instagram know. So that ad's gonna pop up if it's gonna be a Kohl's ad, or if it's gonna be, a boutique. Add from those likes and comments on there, because you definitely have something in common with them. You can click the likes and you can see that there's the like, the hearts, the angry faces. I personally like to add from the hearts, because it takes somebody an extra, couple seconds to hit that heart button versus just scrolling and liking on that. That's a tip from myself. So why it's important to add to your network daily is because you are growing your network, and you're not only posting to the same 200 people that you have on your Facebook daily. So here's one thing that you have to think about. Would you rather fish in a pond with 500 fish or 5,000 fish?
because if you're not adding to your network, you're really fishing in a pond with those 500 fish, and you know, you may not get a bite on any of those. And it's just like walking into Target or to Old Navy. They have 250 people walking in daily, but it's not the same people. Not everybody's gonna buy something from them, but you know, a few people may. So you're bound to have somebody buy something from people will purchase something from you by adding all of those people, and not everybody's going to accept you, and not everybody's going to add you back. But you know, the more people that you add, the more potentials that you have to add to your list every single day. Always keep your friends list around 5,000 friends. You want as many eyes on your feed as possible, because if you're going to have the best post in the entire world and you only have 2 friends, that means nothing to anybody, because not everybody is seeing your post. So I want you guys to remember why it's so important to add to your network, because you're reaching out to somebody every single day. And the minimum that you want to add to your Facebook friends list every single day is going to be 50 people, and the minimum on Instagram is going to be 100. It is so simple, you guys, to add to your network and to have people constantly seeing your page and your posts, because your potential list is just going to grow from there. I am so excited that you guys decided to join the business and join our team. You guys have so much potential, and we are excited to see you grow. If you have any questions, or you know, you need some extra tips, reach out to your enroller, reach out to your leaders. We're all here to help you, and thank you guys so much.